time. Smear campaigns. They have ran smear campaigns on us. They do it on every targeted individual. Nothing but lies have been spread about us to make us look bad. And what's funny is they will use your past against you, right? I am a former stripper. Yes, I used to do drugs. I used to sell drugs, okay? But that was so long ago, right? I have given my life to the Lord in end of 2010, early 2011. 2011. Been living my life for the Lord since then, okay? Everything before that, like they'll bring up stuff from like your high school days, or they'll bring up like child, move along. Like, honey, let me reintroduce myself. Because if you're still talking about the old Randy that was doing stuff back then, like you're stuck in the past. Like, I can't stand people like that. Like, don't come around me with that. Like, if you're still talking about what went on in high school, if you're still talking about what went on in 2008, 9, 10, like, you need a new mindset, okay? Don't come telling me nothing about what nobody did back then, because people grow, people mature. I mean, unless they're like a real nasty, dirty person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to hear about all that. Like, let me look at their life. What is their life showing now, right? Let me see the fruit, because the Bible says we will know them by their fruit, right? Okay? Because you can talk all the talk you want about somebody, but let me sit back. Let me sit back and watch them, right? Let me see what type of fruit they're producing in their life. Because people love to talk. But see, this is what people don't understand about smear campaigns, right? Because they can say all they want about us TIs. Honey, I'm going to let my life speak for itself. do you know how hard it is to live out here in this culture and be single and celibate? I've been single and celibate. March, April makes 11 years. You know how hard it is to be single and celibate? No. And then people got the nerve. They see that you're out here trying to live right? They see that you're out here trying to do that. So they want to bring up some old stuff, like some stuff. She used to do this, and that in high school. That's high school. Who wasn't doing that in high school? Or who wasn't doing like that when they were growing up? Or who, like, I don't know. Yeah. I used to be a dancer. I used to be an entertainer. I was thrown into that position. Or they don't even ask you why you did what you did to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you do that? They don't take the time. And that's what I can't stand about these gang stalkers. Like, they run smear campaigns to get other people not to like you, to get in on the gang stalking. Well, why? I'm sorry, my passport again. Well, if somebody comes to me and says something about somebody to get me to not like them, I mean, you're not going to ask no questions. You're not going to say, well, all right, well, why don't you like that person? Or what have they done? You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't ask. They just hop on the bandwagon. Well, you didn't like that person in the first place. You were just looking for an excuse to sell that person out. That's all that you were looking for. Really, right? Let's just get down to the nitty-gritty of it. Right? Because that's all they want to do with the smear campaigns. They just want to get people on the bandwagon to not like you, right? I'm going to have to break this video into two because it's getting too long. I already know it is. But anyways, I'm getting off into another video topic here. But yeah, the smear campaigns, all they do is spread nothing but lies, right? When they can clearly see that we're not out here moving like that. You can clearly see that I serve the Lord. You can clearly see that. But you want to bring up some old mess. Okay. How are you going to be a gang stalker out here gang stalking people, torturing people all day, every day, and you got the nerve to say something about me? Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Okay. I don't know. Something ain't smelling right here. I'm not getting it. Like, how are y'all going to do that? Yeah, it doesn't, I don't understand it. Sounds like a whole bunch of hating going on, really, in all honesty. And we're not bad people. Honestly, if you would get to know us. We're not. But all you do is hating. Hate on over there. Okay, so women stalkers. Let's keep going. Women, this are all things that we have experienced. Women stalkers, dressing in the exact same clothes as me, wearing it on the same day as me. I'm talking about down to the T. We went to the zoo. Excuse me. Went to the zoo. I had on green pants, like leggings with a black top. They had the same, two girls with the same green leggings and wearing a black top. This is not the first time. I had to retire that outfit in Texas because of that. Girls at my apartment complex wearing the same things as me. That's not the first time. It has happened many times. It's weird. It's creepy. Okay? On the same day as me. It's creepy. Okay, men perps, when I say perps, I mean gang stalker, sent out to our home in our new state to bang on the windows all night long for months at a time. What was that? I have this on, and they be out here too. I have this on video. Okay, when we first moved out here, and I have this on my security cameras. They were sent out. Obviously, they were paid because they're not going to do it because they came out rain, snow, sleet, or sunshine. Well, it can't be sunshine because it was that dark. But they came out no matter what the weather, and they were banging on our windows, my bedroom windows and my daughter's bedroom windows. She can't even sleep in her room because of this. And they just ta all night long. All night long. These windows are super duper thin. Okay, they're the original windows that when the house was made in like 1962, 72. So they're like paper thin. Okay, and they would bang on those windows. I got videos of this. You can hear them, you can see them. Not see them, but you can see like one of their legs, like just I got it. Okay, they did this for months. And when that didn't work, they sent the guy, which I have next, stalkers sent to sit in the bushes outside of my bedroom window, and he would sit there and pick the leaves off of the bushes. So I would hear him because the windows are so thin. And it got so bad to where I finally had to go and cut the bushes, and I have videos of this as well, to where I had to go and cut all the bushes to where my security camera could finally see behind the bush, right? And there's also something else about the bushes going on where they sent people to try to wait for me to where I would come out of the house because there has finally been an attempt to take our lives. Okay. And that the guy sent to sit in the bushes, I almost caught him. And I went out there with my gun. I almost caught him one time, but he got away. But yeah, it was pretty intense, man. It's just crazy. This went on for months and months and months at a time. He would keep us up. We would have to. He would be so loud. He would wait until, that's why I said they're close. It would be the guy across the street. He would wait until it was somebody watching us. He would wait until the lights got turned out. And in my house, we'd get home from work. We would stay up for an hour or whatever. And then all the lights would get turned out, brush our teeth, whatever, get in bed. And then within 5 minutes, we would hear him because the bushes is right up against the wall, the window. And my daughter sleeps against the wall and I sleep right here. And we would hear him crawling in the bushes. I had to put security cameras up and he was still getting past the security cameras because the bushes were so thick. Crawling in the bushes. I'm talking about bugs are back there. Everything is back there. It was nasty, man. He had to be on drugs. I don't know who they were paying. And he would sit back there and pick the leaf all night long. I'm talking about from like 11:30 midnight to daylight to 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. For real. Like for real. And none of my gang stalker neighbors are going to say anything because they're all in a network together. They all work together, right? So I could never catch him. By the time I get up, he could hear me because the windows are so paper thin. When my bed would creak, when I get up out of my bed and I open the door and try to come out, he would run off down through my thing. And my neighbors hide him, right? He would run off through here. So it's crazy. It was crazy. We would have to go and sleep in the living room on the couches because we would hear him. He would sit there and just, that's how bad it was. This went on for months. Okay. A group was sent out to try and Kill us around Christmas of 2023. This was just in December of 2023. I have a video of this, and I have video documentation and proof of this, where there's a hole in the bushes right here, and they continue to try to do this. This is because my family does not want this information to get out and get exposed, and I am going to do an in-depth video on that. All right, and this is over... I'm not going to do this here, but this is over insurance money. There's a lot to my targeting, okay? But this, I'm going to do an in-depth video on that. But there are people now trying to take our lives, okay? And it is sent from my family. Okay. All right, so we got that. So we got the firefighters, the fire trucks, and the EMS coming down our street. Like, you'll hear them from far away. And then as soon as they get right to our house, they shut off the ambulance. They shut off the siren, okay? They do that a lot. We have homeless men stalking us, the same one while out working or running errands. So while I'm out doing my deliveries, we have the same homeless men stalking us over and over and over again. And then while we're out doing errands on our personal time, he also shows up at whatever stores and stuff we go to. Constant mobbing wherever we go. And this is especially if we go somewhere and the place is empty and quiet. Okay, and I'm going to get more into this about the demonic simulation that we're in. We can never be left alone to have any peace or to be by ourselves anywhere. So it's like we'll go to a park, nobody is there. And I actually have a video of this. Nobody is there. And it's like they push a button and then all these people show up. Okay, we can never have any peace to ourselves. We can never enjoy anything anywhere. It's crazy. This constant coughing or clearing of the throat that is in a very unnatural way, okay? So that we will know that we're being watched and stalked. This is in restaurants when I'm picking up orders. At one night when we had my rental company that is over these homes, they have like a lot of houses they rent out. The rental company that's over this home, they locked us during, I think it's September, the Labor Day weekend or Memorial Day weekend. I think it's Labor Day weekend. They locked me out of my house. I had like a key lock. I didn't even have a key to my house. Now I do because of this weekend. But they locked me out of my house because I had a code lock. This is how they were letting gang stalkers into my house, by giving them the code. When I said people were coming into my house and breaking things and stuff like that, they locked me out of my house the first weekend of September in 2023. And I had to spend the night at a hotel. Okay. Never had problems with them. I had to spend the night at a hotel, and and then when we woke up the next morning, they had breakfast, right? I had to spend the night at a hotel right up the road. After hours, they have a great after hours. After hours would not call us back, right? To come let us in. And they had at the hotel, they had breakfast the next morning. People down there, just very unnatural. Like as soon as you walk in, right? They weren't doing it, or they would, just very unnatural. A lot of TIs talk about this. It's just very unnatural. They do this. My daughter can tell you about that. It's just, you'll know it. You know it as a targeted individual. But yeah, they did that to me, my rental company. They locked us out that Friday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It was that whole weekend, right, that they locked us out. Okay. I have a video on that I'm going to post about how my rental company did that. They locked us out. I had to go spend the night in a hotel. Then the next night they locked us out again once we got back in, and I had to call a locksmith, cost me money. And then the next day, locked it out. They waited till I went and got groceries, came back and was sitting outside with like $120 worth of groceries in like 104-degree heat. And it was crazy. They were hitting me hard the first week of September, which is crazy, of 2023. Okay. Perps who get all in our personal, I hear somebody outside. Perps who get all in our personal space when stalking us, and I'm talking about like extremely, extremely close. I'm talking about like, give me a second. I'm talking about we're standing right here, like say we're in an aisle in Walmart. We're standing right here looking at something. They come stand right here. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, we're looking at like toothpaste. They come right here, like, not even playing. For real. Like, give me 50 feet, but you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like the old Randy would have done that. And see, that's what they want to do. They want to bring out the old you. That's what they want. They want a reaction. They want you to do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. They want you to do something so they can call the cops on you. They want you to hit them. They want you to react so they can record you, like I said before, all that stuff. But we're a new creation. Do attacks. We got do attacks on my ears, where my ears will turn red. They are not right now. Glory to God. I got plenty of video footage of the do attacks on my ears. So this is where the government level attacks come in at, okay? So the do attacks on the ears. This is where they use the do weapons, where they will hit my ears very, very, very hard, okay? And my ear, just my ear, will turn very, very red. I'm talking about red, like I can't stand the color red. I'm sorry. I don't own red things. They use red in my targeting, so I don't wear red. I don't wear red. I don't own anything red. I try not to buy red. I don't know. I don't like red. So, I don't know. But it's a really, 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 really dark red. I have video evidence of this as well. And also they do gamma and do attacks on my hands. And I have permanent scars on my hands from this. And I don't know if you can see this, but I also have, I don't know if you can't probably see that. I have permanent scars on my knuckles. I don't know if, I don't want to move that because I don't want to move that light and have to put it back down or whatever. Let me see. I have to put it back down. But these right here, where you see where these are pink and red right here, these are where they have burned my knuckles, okay? I woke up one morning and my knuckles were permanently burned from gamma rays, all right? And it took my knuckles well over 2 months to heal from the gamma burns. I have it completely documented, okay? I got up very close with my knuckles and you can see the burn on the knuckles. You can see where it's all just dry and nasty. And what's funny is, well, it's not funny, but the day before this happened, like the day, and then I woke up the next morning when I was out delivering, there was a car and I did not take a picture of it. There was a car that was in front of me with the license plate that said Gamma. And I'm thinking like grandma, like Gamma, you know how some kids call their, grandma Gamma, but they were letting me know. They usually, you know how the elite will let the public know what they're going to do before they do it in movies and things like that and TV shows and commercials? No, it was GAMMA. That's what the license plate said in front of me. The next morning is when I woke up with that attack, and I have it documented. You can't really see it now. And there's only one other time, and when they got me on the other hand with these two knuckles, and this was very recently, and I have it documented as well, and it's actually pretty bad. It's kind of healed up a little bit, is when I contacted the IT guy to talk to him. He's the only person I've ever told about my targeting ever, other than what I'm doing now. I'm going to post it. And I told him about what I went through and, what's going on, and I need help about them being hacked into all my stuff. And he ran a scan and told me, yeah, you're hacked, and how much it's going to cost and what he can do for me. That night, they hit my knuckles hard, and I got these pictures. I'll edit them in. And my knuckles were so swollen and burned of where they hit my knuckles and burned them at, right? And this is where the government level of the targeting comes in at. because your foot soldiers, your gang stalkers do not have these type of weapons. This is where, you know, your fusion centers and this is where I believe that comes in of the Shriver Air Force Base. They have these type of weapons at, because your regular foot soldiers, your regular gang stalkers, they don't have these type of things. A lot of them don't know about these types of things. Okay. A lot of them don't know that. They hear about these types of things on the internet, but they really honestly don't know a lot of targeted individuals that go through these types of things. But, you know, we do. Not every targeted individual goes through these types of torture tactics. It depends on who you are, like I said, and your level of targeting. I would also like to say that, like I told you, my grandfather is a Shriner. My family is very deeply connected into the Freemasonic sector. And my uncle is high level clearance, right, in the Air Force and in the military. And that also has something to do with my targeting. I also believe, and what I have found out with the Lord and what he has revealed to me is that, of course, I am an MK Ultra slave, and I have been that going back into what God has revealed to me about my targeting and through my childhood, how my childhood was so abusive and nothing was stopped, and everything that I've been through with that, right? So, and how nobody stepped in and nobody did anything, and everything, and everybody that was placed in my life as handlers, is now that I have broken free, this is also what has brought on the gang stalking. Okay. So, and with my uncle, he is a very high level in the military. Okay. Which also I have proof of that. And with the Freemasonic and just everything in my family, this is why my targeting is so bad. This is why they are doing everything that they can to where I will not talk. I will not get my story out there. Okay. So you're wondering like, wow, they really doing a lot. Yeah, they are really doing a lot. Is because I have come to my senses. I have figured out that I am an MK Ultra slave who has broken free from her handlers. Okay. This is why they are able to hit me with the dew attacks and the gamma rays. And those type of weapons and other targeted individuals, you know, with the air surveillance and the breaking in, because these are all intimidation tactics, right? They want me to shut up. They don't want me to talk. Okay. They don't want me, and they also want me completely focused on the gang stalking. And this is also another tactic for those of us who have big destinies and purposes in life. They want us completely focused on the gang stalking. My purpose in life is not to expose gang stalking, right? I have a ministry. Like this is a ministry in and of itself, right? Because God does care, okay? Even though I know this sounds kind of, I know this sounds kind of like, why would you say this? But God does care about those who are also doing this to us, right? Because they're lost, okay? We have a higher knowledge. We sit up higher, okay? We have to look at this from a higher perspective, all right? And we don't understand the reasons. We can't see their heart. Excuse me. So this is a ministry in and of itself. God does want to reach the lost. That is not only the lost targeted individuals in this program, but also the handlers and also the gang stalkers and also the elite, right? If they are able to be reached. Now, he's not going to harp on it. He's going to warn them, and he's going to give them an opportunity to repent and to come to Christ, okay? Because they will not be able to get on their judgment day and say that they were not warned. They are not going to be able to get up on their judgment day and say that they were not presented with the gospel of Jesus Christ, okay? So this is a ministry in and of itself, but my purpose is not to sit here and try to expose gang stalking and try to get people to understand it and this and that. I am laying the foundation of my targeting for a reason, because my targeting goes because of my family and because of what they did to me and what they tried to steal from me. And there's other things that go into this, okay? And I want to be a voice for other targeted individuals and help other targeted individuals. But I also have another ministry. I have a purpose in God and a destiny in God to reach the church, okay? And to reach other lost souls that have absolutely nothing to do with gang stalking. So another purpose of gang stalking is to get you to completely focus on gang stalking. Like, get their mind on gang stalking, gang stalking, gang stalking, gang stalking, gang stalking. No, you need to know what your purpose is. You need to find out why God has created you. And I can guarantee you it is not to expose gang stalking 24/7. That's what they want you focused on. That's the purpose of gang stalking. It is MK Ultra. Keep their mind focused on that 24/7. Look at me, because what is gang stalking? If you look at them, they want your attention all the time. That's what we see out here all the time with the gang stalkers. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. They're energy vampires. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Give me some attention. You want to believe the things that I see out here with them. They will literally try to cause an accident, trying to get in front of me to get me to look at them. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Like, they literally want our attention. Why? Why do they want that attention so bad? Because they know that we have a purpose. They know that we have a great destiny that we are supposed to fulfill. And if they can get our minds completely on them and on the gang stalking and the tactics that they are using every day, they know that they won. They know that they have our minds, not on what God has purposed and destined us to do. So you have to always remember that, okay? Find what God has purposed for you to do. And it's not going to be the same for everybody. Everybody doesn't have the gift of gab. Everybody is not supposed to be on YouTube. Everybody has a different gift, right? You know, some people sing, some people play the guitar, some people build houses, some people are, gifted in sports, some people are gifted in cooking, some people, everybody is different. God has placed you in different sectors for different reasons, and it's all for the glory of the kingdom of God, right? So you just got to figure out where you fit at and where your destiny is and how it's going to glorify God. So, but yeah, so I was at the gamma and the dew attacks on my hands that have left the permanent scars, and I have the videos and I'll edit them in with that. So we got the noises at night. These are what's really trippy, okay? The popping of the water bottles, okay? Popping of the water bottles, which I believe are the scalar waves, and other cracking noises all night long. And I have a video on this. And so the popping of the water bottles, right? Me and my daughter will be in the bedroom, right? And we'll go to sleep, and out of nowhere, the water bottles will do that. We'll have one way across the room, or we'll have one way over there, right? And it does that all night long. And then they'll have, let's see, what do they do? I have a ruler where I pop on the table. I did a video about this. It makes up, like if you take a ruler and you just pop it, let it pop down on the table, and it makes that pop, pop, cracking noise. We hear those noises all throughout the night in our room. How they're doing it, I don't know. I believe it's the scalar waves, but I don't know. It was an hour and a half. I'm gonna have to break this up. I don't know how they're doing it and what's causing it, but with the water bottles, I definitely know it's the scalar waves. But that noise outside of the water bottles, that's like that popping. I don't know how they're doing it because it comes from different angles in the room. I know with voodoo and black magic, like you'll hear running, like we've heard that too. With the voodoo and black magic, we've heard running on the roof. We've heard all types of things. And I have a whole series that I'm going to do on that, but that's going to be on my other channel.